Good afternoon, everybody. Can you hear me all right? Excellent. All right. Yeah.
Is it working? Can you hear me via the mic?
Good afternoon. And mine is not working now.
Maybe not. Okay. Well, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're having a very productive day today with us. We certainly appreciate you being here. My name is Zach Beckmann. I'm with Digitopia, VP of North America. That's the only thing you'll hear about me. I know that's not the reason you're in this room today. You're here to hear from these very accomplished executives I'm fortunate enough to be sitting next to, both Meltem Atay and Gökhan Öncü. And what we want to do is have them be fortunate enough to hear their stories and their experiences of going through successful digital transformation projects, what they learned, and what they can share with us today. Prior to doing so, I think it might be worthwhile to spend just a couple minutes introducing yourselves, your experiences, your roles, the companies you've been with, and then maybe include in there just a snippet of what digital transformation means to you.
Okay. Should I start?
Let's go for it. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Meltem Atay. I'm a graduate of Industrial Engineering in Boğaziçi University. I also completed my executive MBA in the same university. I have some experiences in the SAP domain as consultant and project manager. And currently I'm acting as the IT director of Digitopia. And it goes a bit. And this year marks my 20th anniversary in the company. I'm over 25 years, more than 25 years in the tech industry, and I'm very passionate about that. I'm passionate about transforming the businesses with technology, and I think technology is the best way to serve people. So I define myself as an human-centric and enthusiastic technology leader. And since we are at the digital age, we have to say that we are always be a lifetime student learning about AI, Gen AI and everything. This is a bit about me and about my company. As you may all know, with a striking history, Digitopia is one of the two major players in Turkish beer industry. We have been producing beer now over 50 years, half a century in Izmir, and the plant is one of the biggest breweries in Turkey and one of the biggest ones in Europe. We ensure quality in everything, in our processes, in our products, in our raw materials, leadership, and of course in information technologies. I think it's doubling. I'm very sorry about that. Since 1969, we are producing brands of Tuborg and Carlsberg at Izmir plant. Also, we are handling the distribution of the import brands, very prestigious brands like Guinness, Weinsteffen, and Campari Group brands. It makes a total of 13 brands. Its quality is in our DNA, and we see beer production not as a way of income, but rather as an art. We craft beer, and we pride ourselves in pioneering innovation in quality and efficiency of our production. And we are a big, now it's gone. We are a big family of over 4,000 people, of which 1,600 on board, and all dedicated to 100% quality and perfection. So it's all about me and company a bit. What was the question? I'm not listening.
No, that was fantastic. Thank you. Just maybe just a sense or two on what the concept of digital transformation means to you.
Okay. Actually, digital transformation is perceived as a technology transformation, but I see it as a kind of a business transformation. And it's not only adapting technologies. Of course, we have the technologies, but it became a core part of the business strategy. And in 2023, last year, AI became synonymous with digital. So now it became digital. So now we cannot think of anything without digital. It's a way of enhancing the way we think, the way we work together, and I think it's an holistic approach across all functions of the organization, and we come together for the digital transformation to create long-term value and to stay competitive for future. And when we first hearing about the digital transformation, everybody was trying to understand what it is. And now we embrace the digital, I think now, and we are progressing with AI incorporated to that. And I think it's the only way, it's not a choice, it's the only way to adapt ourselves for future, stay competitive, and actually, I think for survival.
Fantastic, thank you. And then Gökhan, yourself, can you maybe just share some insight about your experience?
Okay, first of all, I'd like to explain for myself. Especially, I'm a computer engineer from Bosphorus University with an executive MBA. And I'm in IT sector more than 30 years. Involved and supported several companies in various... It's not working. Let me repeat. I'm in IT sector for 30 years, more than 30 years, involved and supported several companies in various industries for their digital transformation projects. After 5 years of software development, I worked in SAP area more than 15 years in various roles, like technological and financials consultant, project manager, business development and delivery manager, head of SAP business unit, and so on. And later, I started my CIO career, first in Brisa and then Şecam. I worked as corporate applications and digital technologies manager, director in Assemblishim, Kibar Holding, and later I worked as a CTO in a German-based fashion retail company. Last year I founded my own company, Go Danışmanlık, and giving services to companies for their transformation, digital transformation and IT projects, from consulting to project management, program management, and also I give mentoring to IT professionals and startups. As partnering with Digitopia, I'm a DMI practitioner since 1 year. Especially for the second question, I'm continuing.
Sure.
Okay, so what digital transformation means to me, especially it means combining all companies' data, human and technological resources plus processes in new combinations, in new structures with advanced technologies, adapting new advanced technologies in order to make or develop new value streams, new products and services, and also to create new customer experiences, and finally use companies' resources effectively and efficiently. Also, it's a comprehensive shift a business undergoes by embracing digital technologies across all in its aspects. But as Meltem mentioned, it is not only a technology. The digital transformation isn't only a technology, but it's especially a cultural change and operational change. And as this is not well understood, most of the digital transformation projects unfortunately are failing to meet their objectives. Overall, and so we can explain or tell about some aspects of digital transformation. First of all, technology integration. So you have to implement technology in all areas of your business, like sales to marketing or customer service to operations, production, and so on. So process optimization is very important. Leveraging and streamlining all processes using digital technologies is very crucial. Customer focus. Today we are talking about customer experience very intensely, so we have to use these digital channels, digital platforms to interact with customers, to get feedback and act accordingly. Data-driven decision making is very important. Today we have a vast amount of data in our companies, so we have to use this data in order to give more informed decisions. And finally, last but not least, culture of innovation. So we have to use these digital technologies for embracing the experimentation and use the new technologies. Try new technologies and adapt into our businesses. Overall, digital transformation is a continuous journey, and it empowers businesses to stay competitive, adapt to changing customer demands, and finally create new opportunities in the digital age.
Fantastic, thank you. You both obviously have very extensive experience, and I think that we would like to maybe try our best to gain some more valuable insight around, specific projects that you've been involved with. And I think to tell the story of those projects properly, let's start maybe and divide this into two parts, with beginning with, where you were to start this project, what you learned, how you decided to kick it off, and then also once you actually kicked off the project, the importance of measuring your score. So to start with the first portion of why digital transformation, I'm going to list off a couple of items here, and if you can, Meltem, if you can just kind of roll through with your experience around specific projects, I think that would be enlightening for this audience here today. So prior to starting off a project, maybe can you just give a brief background of where the company was in its current state, what were some existing challenges the business or organization might have been facing, how those impacted the business, and then what was the impetus to actually really kick off the project, make that decision, and then when you did, what were some of the initial strategies and objectives that you had, and how did those evolve over time?
Actually, it's we have a goal. We have a quality goal, the 100% in everything goal, and I think this made us to make the kickstart for the digital transformation. And of course, we are in the industry that we cannot do anything with our data, or we don't have any social media. We are not free to use the technology as much as we can. So it all started with this quality goal, I must say, and the official kickstart is 2019. In 2019, actually we were still looking for what does that mean, and we were aware of this. It's not the only technology, but still the starting point came from the technology. And when we embarked on this journey, we were well aware of the things that you cannot copy somebody else's digital transformation. It should be tailored according to your needs, your company's requirements and culture and values. And it's a journey. It will not finish in a day, in a year. It will go. We will continue this journey. And whatever we put on we prepared a roadmap, of course. Whatever we put as a digital initiative, we gave the priority for the items that will create the most value from the new technologies, mostly from data, and help us with the efficiency and productivity, I must say. These are the basic and the first objectives of our journey. After these priorities, although digital, we always say it's not a technological, it's not only technology. Of course, we need to do something with the technology infrastructure, the IT infrastructure as well. Like we did some renovations and replacements in the fibers, the network. It's important. Of course, the cloud technologies, and we assess some self-service applications. And also we try to optimize the existing business solutions, like if they need any technology upgrades, we started from there. And we started informing the organization what is coming. And what is important, I think in Turkey or in the world, I don't know, but there are some unexpected things happening, like the COVID first came, then we unfortunately experienced some earthquakes, and that affects also the business as well. And normal way, the seasonal effects, calendar events, and some economic conditions. So we made a focus on forecasting some predictions, knowing the things before we do. And we focused on collecting some data in our ecosystem, in our processes. So we can build some models on it, we can make predictions. And also this data in this digital transformation collected is collected in an automated way. So you cannot do it manually by hand by collecting all the parameters. So we could see from this data which parameters are impacting our productions, or what are the consumption in the utility. So what would we do for some forecastings, and for maybe in the production some predictions for the maintenance. So it made us more relying on the data, and what we were trying to do is to become a culture of we are trying to become a organization with a culture of data-driven decision making. So we are trying to create some insights from the data. We also try to use machine learning for forecasting. So we experienced the prior AI, let's say, and what else? Yeah, what we have done on the field, we have a sales team on the field. This sales ecosystem is quite big. So we are selling through the point of sale, and we made some solutions. We placed some digital solutions, some digital innovations at the point of sale for our sales teams, as if we are digitally present on the point of sale. So we can also get data from there. And what is important there, the way we interact with our customers, we created some digital channels, and through the digital channels we collect some, again, information to get to know the customer better. And as mentioned in the morning, we had our first metal collar workers, employees, RPA robots, specifically in finance and HR. They replaced our employees' jobs that are, of course, repetitive, boring, and most importantly, error-prone. And so we created time for them, and it was interesting times. And actually, we tasted the AI first time, I must say, as something concrete. Now we are focusing on 3 important areas. Also, we discuss it with Digitopia whenever we do the DMI. First is integration. It's very critical because we find solutions as IT for every business unit. But what about the integration? So we created this integration so the technology, the business solutions are integrated in a way that supporting our business goals and the information is flowing smoothly. That's important. Second one, and I think the most important, is data. Again, I must say that last year when I was here for Digitopia Summit, Impact Summit, there was a slide being shown here. If you want to do AI, because AI was coming with a huge speed, light speed, you need to start from the sewer, from your data. And most of the organizations have a lot of data in the spreadsheets and everywhere, and for 15 years, 20 years, but we need to check our data. Okay, we collected what we couldn't collect before with the help of digital tools like IoTs, but still we need to focus on our data and how are we going to use it. So we invested in advanced analytics. It was so important, and first time we had a data scientist, and we started making the models with our data scientists. It was interesting because it proved very prompt values for us. What else? Now, still, we are focusing on the data, this time with AI, and how to create insight from our own data. What about the customer experiences? Again, with some digital tools, we increase the data collected so that we can understand our customers better. And everybody is focusing on the customer for providing services, providing products, and getting their feedback as much as we can so we can improve ourselves. So this is one of the areas, and this digital channel we created helped us a lot, and we provided the sales team with some applications that they are agile on the field. They can access any data when they need or any support. And the third one is, that's a bit about data. The third one is designing experiences for our ecosystem. Of course, first for customers, and not limited to the customers, for our suppliers, for our employees, this digital workplace, and etc. So we are still focused on that, and what drives us is again making the information flow through our ecosystem and feed the decision makers with some insights. So that's a bit about digital transformation in the company. Of course, I'd like to mention what was different now in 2019, and we are now working with Digitopia we have some measurements, of course, and now we clearly see it, but I will mention it when it comes to the Digitopia part, okay? The digital maturity part. What improved so far? Because what we improved is measured with numbers. So.
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. And Gökhan, just with some of the projects that you've been directly involved with, and if you could just touch on a little bit about, what's some of the strategy around actually kicking off a digital transformation project and how that impacts the road forward?
Sure. Especially Meltem mentioned their company and how they start digital transformation, and especially I will give a general answer to this question regarding or based on my experiences and observations. Especially as Halil mentioned, there are successful companies and not successful companies. So it differs very much from company to company and to their digital maturity and their current situation. So like imagine a company with a outdated technology, inefficient processes and limited data insights. So in this company, before the transformation, there is a state often leads to insufficient operations like manual tests or outdated systems, slow down processes, so it is hindering productivity and growth. Or frustrated customers because there isn't a unique customer experience. Customers are fragmented and they are also dissatisfied. And there is also limited agility. The company struggles to adapt to market conditions because it is not agile enough. So these challenges also translate into some real problems like reduced productivity and efficiency, declining sales, lost market share, poor customer satisfaction, increased costs, and so on. So even successful companies face a new reality. Imagine a company constantly exceeding expectations, but very low income or growth or slowdown in innovation. This can be a sign of needing to adapt. And also, besides the industry leaders have to think about the transformation and they have to transform continuously in order to stay ahead of competition and also keep their position. So there are some key objectives for these kind of companies. One is enhancing the customer experience. So personalized interactions and seamless journey across all touch points lead to happier and satisfied customers, loyal customers. Boost operational efficiency. Streamlined workflows, automation and data-driven insights improve productivity and reduce cost. And fuel innovation. A culture that embraces new technologies, fosters continuous innovation, and opens doors to new revenue streams. And finally, maintain market leadership. By leveraging cutting-edge tools and strategies, the company solidifies its position as a leader in the industry. So the initial strategy typically involves assessing existing capabilities and identifying areas for improvement. This can involve technology infrastructure, customer touchpoints, processes, and data utilization. However, digital transformation is a marathon, not a sprint. The strategy evolves, the company learns and adapts. Emerging technologies, customer feedback, and project results can all influence the direction. So the key is to be agile, constantly learning, and refining the approach to ensure continuous progress. In a sense, digital transformation is about embracing the change and using technology as a springboard for growth. It's a journey that requires a clear vision, adaptation, and a commitment to staying ahead of the curve. That's all I can say.
No, excellent. Thank you. I think one of the key things that was touched on this morning repeatedly is the importance of knowing where you are in order to map out where you want to go. And you both just touched on the importance of really using data to make decisions. So maybe if we could just touch on really quickly here, why was it so important for a company to measure its digital maturity, and what did you gain from knowing your score?
Actually, it's when we started in 2019, of course, whatever we have invested in areas of supply chain and sales, marketing, finance, of course, it was aligned with our strategies, but what was important to make them all together and to create an alignment with our business strategies so that we can make better resource allocation and we can do better prioritization of the digital initiatives. Also in that way, we can be competitive, we can stay competitive. What was important also, the benchmarking. We've progressed in our journey, and we wanted to know where we are in terms of this in the benchmarks with our peers or with our competitors, and are we leading or lagging the digital transformation, so we can make or revise our decisions through this. And in the digital maturity, gives us points us how we use the technology while interacting with our customer. It clearly shows if there is any gap, so we can address the gaps. So if we address the gaps with our customer interaction, it comes to a point that we are doing better customer engagement, increasing the loyalty of our customers, and so this was important. Another thing is efficiency. Also, in our operations, we are focused on efficiency in all operations, all processes. And with digital maturity, we can get there, I must say, where we can automate, where we can use operational optimization for the processes. So I think there are also, regarding the DMI score you mentioned, right? Mm-hmm. Regarding the DMI score, what we have gained, we had the chance first time, I think 2021, we had the chance to see where we are in this benchmark, and it proved us that when we got the score, there were some areas that we expected them to be as they are, or there are some areas we were thinking, we were expecting a different score. And with this score, we started this digital roadmap. We were assigning to the departments, but rather than the departments, the digital initiatives are assigned to each 6 strategic dimensions. It's much more critical because where it impacts directly. So kind of we created a common language in the company. So anything we do touches which dimension. We created this language. And with recommendations, actually not the recommendations, with the workshops even, we got some ideas from Digitopia, and also with the report, there was a proposed roadmap after the DMI. We compared our digital roadmap with the proposed one, and we added some initiatives or changed the priority or augmented some places. So we moved we moved our direction, and finally with the graphs, with the dashboards, I must say, this snowflakes and the endurance velocity, it's a direct input, I think, for our business strategies, is showing us where we are and showing the places where we were in the previous measurement. So we put this score as revising our strategic direction. So yeah, we use it that way.
Fantastic. And then Gökhan, too, just what would you say was important that you saw as far as understanding a company's or an organization's digital maturity?
Yes, especially last 10 years I experienced very different digital maturity assessments. And I will use an analogy of starting a gym. First time. So you have to first go and learn what are your strengths and weaknesses, whether or your condition, your current condition. Before that, you cannot make some heavy exercises. And after learning your strengths and weaknesses, you can make a plan with your trainer according to your goal, like strengthening your body, your muscles, or losing some weight. This is very similar to digital maturity. So it's a fitness test for your company. And there are some reasons to measure your digital maturity. One of them is a shift in leadership or strategy. If the CEO changes in the company or a new strategy comes in, so you have to learn your digital maturity, and also you have to make the changes according to your digital transformation. Like in Brisa in 2014, in a strategic review meeting, the top management decided to become a value provider instead of a tire producer. So accordingly, all the digital transformation projects are planned, and also in order to increase or let's say enable new products and services for the customers, especially for the end users, and the customer focus was important. So after 1 year, the CEO changes and a new digital maturity assessment were made, and after this digital maturity, the initial digital transformation projects now changed accordingly for the new CEO's vision. Or some lagging performance or improving performance is also key areas. So either you are lagging your performance in the company, or you want to improve some areas in your aspects. So it's a starting point for a digital transformation. And also industry benchmarking is another thing for learning your digital maturity, where you are positioning in the industry or overall in the Turkey or globally. So what's the benefits of knowing your score is, first you will learn your current state, and later on you will target your objectives, and then you will see how to reach to these objectives. So you will have a clear roadmap, focus on business value and metrics for success. So you will, in conclusion, measuring digital maturity also is not just about getting your score. It is about gaining valuable insights to guide your digital transformation journey.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing that. And just to wrap up here, maybe one parting thought is, you've both had a relationship with Digitopia now for a little bit, and could you maybe just touch on briefly, what's different or special about working with Digitopia?
Actually, I've been familiar with Digitopia for a long time now, many years now, and I could follow up their approach to digital transformation, how they approach, how they perceive that, and how they present it. And I think the tool that is being created by Digitopia is practical and yielding quick value. And they have now and today, I must say, they have a very impressive reference list. Whenever we interact with Digitopia, it can be a meeting, it can be an assessment, measurement, or post-measurement. We have always ideas that is, I must say, sparking, and we could easily implement them. So the recommendations coming from them are really practical. We can easily use it, and they are concrete, and they are actionable. And I think the methodology to where it came for us became a valuable tool, because with the results we achieved and with the recommendations, we can see our progress, and not staying only with the measurement and living it. We have a relationship that we sustain it till the next digital maturity assessment. So they do the reviews they make contacts, and they don't leave you with just a recommendation list. So today we applied many recommendations coming from them, not only in terms of the ideas, but some tools as well, which also helped us for our data processing and insight. And so that is the reason. I think Halil put it in a way that it's one of the 5 companies now that transformation business. I believe it's so, and I think it became a way that it's multinational. It can be applied anywhere, the template, the framework, the methodology. That these are the reasons that we are working with Digitopia.
Thank you. And then Gökhan, just as a parting thought, what would your response be?
Yeah, okay. Especially, I also mentioned that I experienced very different digital maturity assessments, including Digitopia, and now I am a DMI practitioner. So, first of all, the holistic approach Digitopia brings in at a macro level, I think it's very important. So you can see the big picture and also the topics between each dimension brings you the strategic and tactical levels together and shows you how mature you are. Benchmarking is another different key, I think, different feature. So you can see your position in your industry, locally and globally. So it's very important. And DMI provides a clear roadmap with the initiatives to achieve your target, also including the cost, the urgency, importance of the projects. The platform is very useful for everybody. You can see your current situation, target situation, and your progress within a platform, especially for the holdings. It compares the other companies of the holding as well. The workshops are very short in order to achieve the digital maturity index, your situation, but also they are very instructive for all participants, because there are participants from all different departments seeing or listening about each dimension from different aspects. So at the end, all the audience can come to a single page, one page, and in consensus. Finally, and I think most importantly, this is the Digitopia's only job. So to bring digital maturity. So Digitopia offers an unbiased and objective advisory services for the companies.
Fantastic. Well, thank you both for sharing your experiences. I found this quite insightful. I hope everyone else did as well. Let's give a round of applause to these very esteemed professionals.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.